Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Death Stranding. This time I'm going to show you how to fulfill order number 4, which is a smart drug delivery to the Waystation west of Capital Knot City. So this is the game's first real non-introductory mission. You have successfully cremated the president's remains, and now you have your mission to reconnect the United Cities of America by going to all of the different waypoints that Deadman has assigned you and putting the Cupid in their terminals and connecting them to the network. So, starting off, we're going to take somewhat of the same route as we took to the incinerator, but instead of heading up the mountain, we're going to keep crossing the river, and we're going to go past some post boxes. So along this mission route, I'm going to be picking up a bunch of lost cargo because it's very easy to deliver if you just use the post boxes. Now, I will say that if you choose to use the post boxes instead of delivering it to its intended destination, you will get less likes. I'm not 100% sure if you don't get the rewards. On another playthrough, what I did was I wound up getting a lot of these lost cargo packages and actually bringing them back to Capital Knot City instead of just like pushing onward and using a post box. And I wound up getting a hat to wear. So, I mean, it's a really small reward. It's nothing crazy, but I'm not sure if you use the post box and then you go back to the city, will you get the hat? I'm not 100% sure yet. So I'll find out for you and I'll update you in the comments. But heading out, we just use that lookout tower. That allows us to scan the ground from a much higher elevation, and it starts highlighting stuff that we normally would need to use our odor deck scanner to get. So as you can see here, we already have a few packages that are lying on the ground. So we're going to head towards those and pick those up. Another thing that I want to tell you about is you can always enter the cargo menu by pressing options and go into the cargo menu. And in there, you can optimize your like carrying setup. So if you have picked up like, I don't know, like 100 kilograms worth of packages and they're all on your back, I recommend going to the cargo menu and pressing triangle to optimize, because this will allow you to maybe shift some things around and actually not necessarily allow you to carry more weight, but it'll be distributed more evenly, making it so you fall over a lot less and making it so you have a lot less problems. So like I mentioned in the previous guides, when you're crossing rivers, you do want to hold L2 and R2 to kind of balance yourself. And whenever you cross through a yellow area, you will wind up draining more stamina than you would in a blue area. So you want to try to cross rivers at as narrow of a point as possible. This way you don't run the risk of losing a ton of stamina. So keep that in mind. Alright, so I just scanned the terrain here, and you can already see a post box. It's in the middle, or to the left of the screen now, so it's right in the middle there. That cylinder over there, that's a post box. And what we can do is we can drop any lost cargo in there, as well as store things. So, you do get a motorcycle 2 or 3 missions ahead of this one. So if you want to store things in that post box to be delivered later, you're more than welcome to. But I choose to just make deliveries there for now. So yeah, we're going to keep pushing on. We're going to grab this next package, and then we're going to head to a post box. Now, this game is relatively straightforward, at least for these first few missions. So these guys are going to be more or less like commentary videos, if you will. Sort of think of it like a director's commentary, although I'm not Kojima, but I'll just kind of comment on things that I see and maybe some issues that I ran into on the mission, or things to watch out for. All right, so we cross the river again. We've got one more river to cross here before we can make it to the post box. And it's a narrow one, so we can just kind of walk right across. It's not a big deal. Alternatively, you can use ladders to cross these rivers if you can get it to land on either the shoreline of both sides or maybe some rocks. So if you feel like the river's too difficult, just go ahead and take out a ladder and drop it. All right, so here we are at the first post box. There's actually another one down the field. I'm not sure why they're so close to each other, but they are. And they're both NPC mailboxes, so it's not like players built these. So these deliveries are for Nick Easton. He's back in Capital Knot City. So like I said before, if you actually bring these packages back to Capital Knot City, he'll thank you and give you a reward. So yeah, just keep that in mind. In case you want to like really take your time and be very leisurely, you can just walk on back to Capital Knot City with those lost pieces of cargo. One other thing to watch out for here is that when you make these deliveries, and I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again, when you make these deliveries via the post boxes, you get a less amount of likes. So if you're trying to like grind up your porter rating, this isn't necessarily the best way to do it. The best way would be to just bring it back, unless there's something later in the game that allows you to grind your porter rating really fast. I don't really know yet. But you can select all these packages really quick just by pressing square on each one and then holding X to confirm. And then all of those are going to get delivered. So that removes them from your cargo. You can walk like a normal person again. And yeah, so the cargo has been entrusted to another player. And then we are now rank 13. All right, so moving on. There's a few more pieces of cargo strewn about here just before the cliff face. That's where we're going to head now. And we're going to drop that in the other post box you see to the right. So our destination is over this mountain here. So we're going to use some ladders and a rope to get over it. Luckily, an NPC has left markers for us, indicating the best places to drop a ladder, as well as to use a rope to rappel down the other side. So we're going to follow those markers once we reach them. Just going to hop over here. And there's another piece of cargo here for Capital Knot City. Nick Easton drops a lot of cargo. I don't know what his deal is. Maybe he got attacked by BTs or something. Alright, speaking of BTs, you're going to notice that it starts raining, so the timefall is going to come in. The longer you stay out in the timefall, the more degradation your packages take, or essentially damage that your packages will take. So if you're able to find shelter, I recommend just waiting out the rain. But there are, throughout this game, like scripted timefall events that typically indicate that BTs are going to come. There are no BTs on this mission, but there are on the next one. So just, when you're doing mission 5, just be on the lookout for BTs. And they're actually in a pretty cool contextual place, but I'll talk about that in that guide. All right, so here we are at the other post box. The reason I'm making this pit stop very deliberately is because when we get to the other side of the mountain, there is a ton of lost cargo dropped, and we're going to pick that up as well. So I'm just trying to unload as much as I can for now, and then we'll pick up some more cargo on the other side of the mountain. So you can see right there's already 3 pieces waiting for us at the top of the mountain, and then there are several more at the bottom. So that's where we're headed now. We're going to follow our footsteps, or retrace our footsteps, and then we're going to walk towards these strands that you see here, the blue ones. So we're going to use our first ladder here, in case you haven't used one already. And there's a marker up on this hill that's going to tell us the best place to use it. So we're going to follow that, and that's going to lead us to some lost cargo. So just turn left here, and then walk up this little ridge. You can also take the long way if you like. I had done this a couple times in the past, but I had to re-record my footage, so I was just trying to see if I could take a different route or if it would lead to the same place, but there's only packages over here, so you're better off going to this marker first. Alright, so to use a ladder, what you want to do is you want to press right on the D-pad to bring up your equipment wheel, and then you want to hover over a ladder to select it. You want to hold L2. Oh, that was a rope. Okay, so you want to hold L2 for the ladder to bring it out. Think of it like you're aiming a weapon, and then you press R2 to drop it, and then it will automatically extend and go up the cliff. So just walk up the ladder, and then right here there are several packages waiting for us. Let's go ahead and pick those up. One of them is a pretty heavy canister of fuel. So optionally, you could just go back down that ladder and deliver that canister of fuel. And you can do that if you like. And the reason I'm even suggesting that is because when we get to the other side of this cliff, there's an even bigger canister of fuel that weighs even more. I think it's like 60 kilograms or something like that. So if you want, go deliver that canister of fuel. And then when you get to the other side, you pick up the other one. But to be fair, our destination is right near the canister of fuel. So you could just kind of complete the mission and then go back and get that extra canister, as well as a couple other pieces of lost cargo that show up when the next mission starts. Up to you, though. All right, so once we cross this line, we are going to be out of the chiral network. So this means that I'm pretty sure nobody can call us on the radio, and we won't see any players dropped ropes or ladders for us to use. So, we're basically on our own outside of the chiral network. That's one way to think about it. All right, so Nick Easton, the NPC back in the city, has left us a marker to use a rope here. So we're going to go ahead and stake a strand down, and then we're going to rappel down the cliff to the other side. And that little station you see in the distance there, that's our destination. So we're almost there. A few more minutes and we'll be there. So we're just going to rappel down this cliff. Just take your time. No need to rush it. Okay. And there's an indicator as to how much more strand or how much more rope you have. So we have about 10 meters left, or 11. So once you reach the end, you'll have to let go. I'm not really sure what happened there. I don't know how I did that, but I did. I don't know if I pressed a button, but I seemed to rappel off the mountain. I don't know how that happened. I thought it was a visual glitch, but I'm now realizing I probably pressed a button and rappelled down. So there you go. If you know how I did that, please let me know. All right, so we're going to walk down this little cliff face here, and then we're going to move to the left because there's some more stray packages over there. There's a chirobiot over here. So we're going to go ahead and eat that. Don't forget, if you're running super low on stamina, to use your Estus flask of monster energy. That's also in your equipment wheel. All right. So right on that little island over there, there are some stray packages. There's a few more chirobiot plants around. We're getting really close to our destination now. So let's keep chugging along. We'll get there soon. There are some plants that you cannot harvest just yet. I'm assuming that it's part of a story mission. So just keep that in mind. You'll see them scattered about. They were even on the third mission to cremate the president's remains. So just keep that in mind. All right. So this little island here has a few extra pieces of cargo, including a really heavy fuel canister that we are not going to be able to pick up. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to show you that it weighs too much, and I'm going to show you how to put it down, just in case you're kind of confused about that. So you can see it has 200 likes attached to it. That's the one. That's the giant fuel canister. So we'll just make our way to that now. Okay. So we're going to pick this up, and then it's going to yell at us that we've exceeded the carrying weight. Yep, Sam obviously cannot walk with that. Look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So we're going to go to the cargo menu, and then we're going to select it, and we're going to drop it. Yeah, great. All right. I actually think I dropped the wrong one here, though. Yeah, I definitely dropped the wrong one. I think, at least. Okay, so we're going to drop this one instead, and we'll come back for it. Yeah, this 63 kilogram one with 200 likes. All right, so we're actually going to take this one, and we're going to drop the old one. So I made a mistake in my line of thinking there. But it's okay, we'll just come back for it anyway. Yeah, so we're going to set up a ladder here across these rocks, and then we can just walk across it very easily. Okay, that's going to get us over the river. We're going to climb up here. Okay, we're going to start making our way to our destination. There is one more river that we do need to cross. All right, we have to do it near the shoreline, so we got to run down here really quick. And keep in mind that there is a data chip near this Waystation. I'm not 100% sure if it doesn't pop up until you complete this mission, or if it's just sort of, if I was looking in the wrong place. But the data chip is something that doesn't weigh much, but you should turn in to any Waystation, and then you'll get a little bit of information from Deadman, and he'll tell you about it. All right, so we're going to make our way up this hill to our final destination, which is this Waystation. Just be a little careful because there are some rocks over here. You don't want to slip and fall at this point. But Sam's getting pretty exhausted. Unfortunately, at this Waystation, there is not a private room for you to rest at, so you do have to just keep on going from here. But for order number 5, it does bring you to an area with a private room, so and you can rest and recharge your BB and maybe change your outfit, change your sunglasses color, whatever you want to do. All right, so headed in here. If you follow these steps, you're going to get an S rank pretty easily, and that's it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Death Stranding, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new videos go live. If you like this content a whole lot, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. And as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.